Hello, everyone. Hope you guys could hear me okay. It's been quite a while since I sat down and spoke to you guys. I mostly been just been drawing every time I stream. But I want to do something a bit different for because I do plan on drawing tonight. Still working on this from these characters from Danmachi. Still working on these characters. But yeah, I hope you guys have had a great week. Um, it's getting pretty cold out there. Winter's on the way. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you guys were careful out there doing the Black Friday shopping. If you guys went out there shopping. But yeah, I want to talk about just have a little bit of a fun stream. Mostly talk about some of the anime that I look forward to watching next year. Can't believe we're almost at the end of 2025. There's literally only 1 month left. Um, a lot of stuff that I can't wait to watch next year. Can't wait to dive into that. Before we dive into that, I do want to take a look at this because I feel like this was very important. This was really good to see. So, in terms of Japan, these are the top five best-selling light novel series for 2025. And Apothecary Diaries is number one, which is no surprise. Apothecary Diaries, it's a series that blew up as soon as the series came out. It's a really good series. I'm actually shocked how much I enjoyed the series. I believe they already announced another season, and they announced original movie, which will be written by the author, according to the reports. But it's really good to see that it is ranked as the top best-selling novel of the year of 2025. Because usually, I believe the best light novels is the Slime series, because I know that's very popular. But yeah, it's really good to see here, and I'm really happy to see Clash of the Elite up here also, and I'm happy to see Don Machi as number five. But there is a let's take a look at the official list right here. I think the official list is pretty interesting to look at. So yeah, let's just take a look. So I'm not familiar with Doromon, not really familiar with this series. Detective Conan as number nine. I had no idea they had a light novel series. I thought it was just a manga. Number eight is kind of surprising to me. The Melancholia of Haru Suzumiya. If you haven't heard of this series is really, really amazing. One of Kyoto Animation's best series, in my opinion. I had no idea the light novel was still going. I don't know if these are just like old issues they're selling, or if the light novel is actually still going. But to see it up here is absolutely amazing. Like I can't believe it's up here. Um, Number five, Don Machi. Don Machi. I'm only an anime only for this. Um, I think the anime is really good. A really amazing dungeon series, and arguably one of JC Stat's best series in my opinion in terms of their work in animation. I think Don Machi and the Toraru Index and Railgun series are arguably the best work from JC Staff. And yeah, I can't wait for the next season. I still think season four was arguably one of the best seasons for this entire franchise. Season five was not bad. I thought it was really good, but I still feel like season four was like the best of the series so far. And now this is interesting. Clash of the Elite is ranked sixth and second. I believe this is Clash of the Elite year three, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe this is year two. And this is amazing that because I believe last year they ranked in the top five also too. So to see them both of them ranked in the top 10 best-selling novels of mid 2025 is actually amazing. Um, Actually, no, I think this is not the. I think this is not the official list because they actually updated the numbers for this. So hold on, let me click on his account. I believe he posted them earlier. Yeah, here it is. All right, here they are right here. All right, so these are the official best-selling light novels of 2025. This is the official list. So I recognize My Happy Marriage. I recognize this series. Um, so this is ranked number one on here. Wait, hold on. This is copy sold, and hold on. This list is Oricon sales. All right, so hold on. So it looks like this is. Wait, why is it show as top 10? I don't think this is the best. All right, so this is not like the highest selling, but it's up there. But look, yeah, yeah. I say before, Apothecary Diaries is the best selling light novel of the year 2025. Um, not Apothecary. Clash of the Elite is ranked both second and third, which is fucking amazing. Just shows how good this series is. Yep, Danmachi is ranked number fifth. Slime is ranked sixth. I didn't even know Demon Slayer had light novels. Demon Slayer is number eight. It's probably because of the movie, but and too many losing heroines. I remember this anime. They're already greenlit for season two for this one. There's a season four coming for Clash of the Elite. I believe that's year two. It's gonna start adapting year two. I really cannot wait for this season. I'm really excited for season two of Clash of the Elite. And obviously Apothecary Diaries just blew up. I mean, look how many manga sales they have. Look how many light novel sales they have. Like this series blew up as soon as it came on air. So I'm not surprised. But yeah, just wanted to show these numbers to you guys. Like things are it's looking it's looking pretty good for the Japanese. And it just goes to show you like how the rise of um anime and manga is coming and these light novels. It goes to show you that people are really just tired of things coming out of the West, and they're just trying to look for something else that gives them that escapism that actually entertains people. That's what people are looking for now. And yeah, and also the Japanese passed a law where the West cannot interfere with their creative works, and I'm really really happy about that because at the end of the day, I support creative freedom. As long as whatever you're doing is legal, I am a strong supporter of creative freedom. You can make whatever you want as long as it's legal. And I'm really happy the Japanese passed that law. There's something else I wanted to show you guys also. Um, oh, Jump Festa for Bleach. Damn, I clicked on the wrong thing. Um, where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. So Jump Festa for Bleach. So as you guys know, we still have no news yet for Core 4. Everything's going to be revealed at Jump Festa, which is on for the Bleach Red stage is going to be on the 21st. Um, 3 o'clock Japan time, so it's probably going to be like maybe 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning for us here. Obviously, they're gonna probably give us a trailer for Core 4, which is called The Calamity, and they're gonna give us a release date. Like I said, I guessed either my guess was either fall of next year, if the earliest maybe next summer. I don't see this coming out in the spring. I feel like they would have announced that already, so I don't see this coming out in the spring yet. Most likely, this will either be summer or fall. My guess is fall. Um, but the bigger news is that, as was reported a while back, there is another Bleach movie in the works. Now, a lot of people have been speculating what this movie could be. I'm telling you right now, I do not believe this is going to be the Hell Arc. And the reason why I say that is because one, they have to establish Ichigo's kid. That's like the first major thing they have to establish. Um, and two, and I said this before, it all depends on how they end the the Thousand Year Blood War arc, how they end this core four, because they did say that a lot of new content from Bleach is going to be never before seen. So we're going to have to wait. I know a lot of people have been speculating, saying that oh, it's going to be the Hell Arc, or maybe it could be this and that. I have heard some theories out there that could make sense. Like I heard someone say that maybe this could be one of the light novels, which, in my opinion, I feel like that would make sense for them to do. In my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see. My personal opinion was maybe they do something kind of like, not something similar, but something somewhat kind of like the same to Naruto the Last. More so as like how they, establish Ichigo and Orihime's feelings towards each other. Unless they're going to establish that in Core 4. But like I said, it all depends on how they end Core 4. How they end Core 4, it will determine what direction they're going to go in terms of the film. I don't think we're going to get a trailer for the film. Maybe like a teaser, like a title card or something, like saying like Bleach movie now in production or something. But I highly doubt we'll get a trailer. If we do get a trailer, then I don't think it'll have anything to do with Bleach moving forward. I feel like it'll probably be like I said, it'll probably be like maybe one of the light novels. But we'll have to wait and see. Either way, I'm very, very excited for Bleach. So like I'll never stop saying its praises. Like I still to this day I believe that it arguably has one of the greatest comebacks for an anime IP I've ever seen for a series. Um, I do know that they announced that as soon as Bleach is done, they already announced that they're bringing back Black Clover, and later on they're gonna bring back Baruto. I'm not really the biggest Baruto fan, but they already did announce they already announced Black Clover, and soon they're gonna announce Baruto. But yeah, it's exciting to see where they go with this, especially with the movie. I can't wait. But yeah, just want to share that news with you guys. Now I want to let's look at some fun stuff. And before we do, there is a couple of things I want to watch first. Let me just bring this over here. A couple of things I want to talk about, just some stupid Twitter stuff. So let's watch these two videos really quick, and then we'll take a look um, at the some anime that I'm interested in watching.
Shonen Romcom's obsession with pairing up an average loser with a tall, pretty girl instead of making both attractive needs to be studied. Where to this user, it's a mystery to her why this is appealing, while to me it's obvious. This is how most guys feel. This is the average guy's experience. Overlooked, forgotten, invisible to the average girl, making them insecure, nervous, socially anxious, to where this scenario of this anime plot is like a fantasy and some type of escapism. It's no surprise that currently men are going through a crisis, dealing with a loneliness epidemic opting out of society to.
So to provide some context, there's an anime that's coming out. Looks like it's a rom com. He's gonna show it, but apparently a lot of people there's some weird controversy about it because a lot of people are upset because one, it's a pretty attractive girl, and she's like with this nerdy dude, and apparently people find it to be kind of unrealistic in a way, and this is where this is the problem that we're having in the entertainment space. A lot of people are trying to um, really put reality into the content we watch, especially into fiction, and it's incredibly stupid to me. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. It's one of the main reasons why a lot of people are feeling detached more than ever from Hollywood. And like I said, I'm really happy Japan passed that law where the West cannot interfere with their properties anymore. But it's getting to the point where people cannot depict fiction and reality, and it's absolutely really sad. Like a lot of these people really do need to be in an asylum. I'm just being real honest.
And not to participate, told their innate masculinity is toxic and just by their mere existence they serve as a poison to society. Like it's an original sin by just being born male, rarely ever hearing an encouraging word in their life. So when reality is demoralizing, it's only natural they turn to fiction, hoping to find some rewarding narrative, any medium that doesn't 24/7 demonize them where they can live out their desired fantasy, play as a character they aspire to be.
And that's the point of entertainment, not just in anime, but in video games also. Like, people turn to these things because they want the feel of escapism. And for some fucking reason, Hollywood, especially like the West, like, these people are just trying so hard to take that away, especially from like the core fans. Like, they try so hard to do that. And I'm just like, you guys are insane. Like, why are you guys trying so hard to take away our escapism? Like, it makes no sense. Like, people just want to have fun. People just want to have a sense of escapism. And but you constantly try to knock us over the head, making us, like, reminding us that, oh, no, you can't have that sense of escapism. We need to teach you something, like, you need to know about this. Like, and again, like, I feel like video games have it worse. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like video games is worse, compared to, like things like anime and manga. But obviously Hollywood's in a state where it's gonna be hard for them to rebuild to get those fans back. But gaming, it's just like Western gaming is just in a shit show. Like, there's only been two decent games that came out from the West that people are actually interested in terms of, like, the major studios, and that was what Arc Raiders Battlefield. I think Expedition 33 was from the West. I'm not sure. Same thing with Silk Song, but like, again, majority of these games that people feel escapism are coming from the East. Like, look at Where the Winds Meet. Like, that game freaking blew up. A free to play game with so much stuff you can do. That game blew up. So much escapism. You can literally do anything you want in that game. But apparently, games here, they always have to remind you that, oh no, things don't work like that, buddy. And they wonder why they lose money and they have to lay off people.
Or watch on screen a character that makes them want to be more. But what happens when even those become corrupted? Male catered to franchises co-opted by activists to be more feminized. Because by current day standards, anything that's male dominated is seen as inherently evil.
And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to ex-women.
It's like men just aren't allowed to be themselves and have nice things that's overtly oriented towards men's interests. Whether it's video games or movies that are known for having a male lead are now sidelined by the girl boss that Hollywood is so fixated.
And that is why Hollywood is in the state it is in. Ever since 2020, Hollywood has been pushing so hard on trying to push this gay agenda and this women girl boss agenda. They have lost the male audience for these major properties, especially for Star Wars and Marvel. I can't really speak for Star Wars because I'm not really into Star Wars that much, but Marvel, they have lost their diehard fan bases. They have lost the diehards. The diehards are the ones who buy the comics, who buy all the merch, like everything, like those Funko Pops, the statues, the comics. Those are the diehard fans. Those are the comic book fans. They lost them forever because of what they've done with the MCU. Like, they'll come back, here and there. They'll come back to watch, like your Spider-Man No Way Home, your Deadpool and Wolverine. But besides that, they're not coming back for anything else. They didn't come back for the Marvels. They didn't come back for She-Hulk. They didn't come back for any of the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Like, they lost those fans because I just don't get why, when you have a fan base, when you have an audience, why would you go out of your way just to treat them like shit so you can cater to a very small and minute audience because you think, oh, they're not being represented, they're not being um, shown on the screen. Like, that is the dumbest thing you can do. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. You need to make money. Like, I don't give a shit about someone's feelings. I'm trying to make money. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm trying to make money. And the MCU always had decent females throughout the MCU. Like, ever since Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow was introduced, a lot of people liked her character. Now, I'm not talking about like her movie. Like, her movie's a different story. But throughout the MCU, like from Iron Man 2 when she was introduced till Endgame, a lot of people liked her character. But now look at the female characters they're doing now. Like, look how they treat them now. Nobody's interested in these characters. Like, no guys don't have a problem with female characters. We just have a problem with female characters that are obnoxious. They think they're girl bosses and they think they're better than men. Those are the type of female characters we don't like. There's a reason why Stellar Blade is arguably the most. Like, it was just announced that Stellar Blade was the highest selling PlayStation property in the past couple of years. But they'll still say, "Oh, women are not represented in gaming."
Stated persistent on shoving down the audience's throats to overshadow typical male franchises.
The power of many.
And when these properties fail miserably or just don't do as well compared to before, the same audience of men they so proudly call toxic are now the ones to blame for not showing up and now labeled as sexist, or any other word that's trendy nowadays. The prime example of this is Star Wars, perfectly demonstrating the heroes.
Mind you, they call you all these things like sexist, homophobic, misogynist. They call you these things because you don't agree with what they're doing. That's literally what it is. Criticism now, they see it as hate, as hate. That's literally how it is. And so they have to call you all these things just so that they can like dehumanize you in a way, just so you can like, find a way not to be canceled, all that stuff, the cancel culture shit. Like, that was bigger back in like, the early 2020s. Now obviously people realize like what they're doing. People don't give a shit anymore. But again, like, I don't give a shit if you try to cancel me, you try to call me all this stuff. Like, if I don't like it, I will say I don't like it. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. Because at the end of the day, I'm not hating on what you're doing. I'm just giving you criticism. Like, I'm telling you what's good and what's bad. Obviously, most of the stuff is bad, and I'm going to tell you why most of it is bad. It's that simple. Especially when it comes to modern entertainment.
Journey, something that naturally, innately speaks to men that call to adventure, to want to be more, be the hero, something that so many seek out in video games. So when all of these Western properties that were damn near guaranteed successes get sucked up of any fun, genuine interest, turn inside out and are now unrecognizable, it's no surprise that they may go elsewhere, hence why anime has become so popular. A medium that is famous for catering to many tastes of stories. It doesn't matter what's your flavor, best believe there is a story or genre that will serve your interests and not shame you for it. And when it comes to males, shonen and seinen mainly fulfill that desire of storytelling that the West has completely forgotten. The hero's journey is a staple of storytelling that is still cherished and valued, that males can look forward to as an example of how to be. Stoicism is something that's upheld rather than frowned upon. Masculinity is something to be celebrated, not demonized and made to be synonymous with Satan or something. It's almost like these authors or mangakas have an appreciation for their male audience. Rather than a hatred, throw it in your face, ha ha, I destroyed your favorite franchise.
And the crazy thing is they literally, like, they will literally say that in these interviews. Like, they'll literally say that. And it's crazy to me.
But if it's one thing that activists hate is when people have preferences and have options to choose from. So like the parasites they are now flocking to a new host, doing their best to corrupt Japanese Eastern media as a whole, not just anime or manga. And one tactic that is first done is to look down and frown upon whatever is serving mainly a male interests, like how this article does here. When it comes to anime, there's no genre, or more accurately, no demographic more popular than shonen, to the point that it almost feels egregious. That's a bit of a stretch in my opinion. It should only take watching a handful of shonen anime before the genre's flaws begin to emerge. Certainly among the most popular series, shonen suffers from a lack of well-written female characters, either in lead roles or even supporting positions.
And this is what I'm talking about when this is how you know these are people who are literally that just got into anime, because anime is so diverse already itself. There is literally a genre for anyone to watch. If you want a female lead, there is a genre for that. Like again, like these people are extremely disingenuous. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Positions. Now, this is a criticism I find that's very popular amongst journalists. You would think they're all part of the same group text bubble, having the same NPC talking points spewed out in many articles from different outlets. 10 anime girls who deserve so much better than they got. The way female characters in media are handled is always divisive, and anime is no exception. Like many stories, anime have a tendency to ignore their female characters in favor of the male characters, all of which is disappointing for anyone who ends up getting attached to them as they watch a certain show. Female characters have a long history of being wasted in anime. Wow, okay. This is gonna be a little bit hard to get through.
Wow.
But sometimes it's far worse than simply a lack of focus. Between things like little to no character development, really, and character arcs that actively make them worse. Wow. Many female characters in anime are made some of the worst characters in their shows, even though they had plenty of potential to be some of the best. Gachi Akuda is fixing everything wrong with female characters in anime. The argument that female characters are never given a fair chance has been a long-running debate for years.
When?
My Hero Academia is criticized for not properly utilizing its female cast.
This is how you know they don't know what they're talking about, because one, the author of Gachi Akuta is a woman. But I bet you they don't even know that.
And the women in Solo Leveling don't have much significance beyond being related to or crushing on Sung Jinwoo. Yeah, God forbid women have a crush on the male lead. The issue in the industry...
I think the issue is because here's the issue that these weirdo journalists have. Mind you, this is how, entertainment journalism and video game journalism is fucking dead. But these creatives, like especially when it comes to anime and manga, they know their audience. The problem with these journalism have is that they don't want them to write for the audience. They want them to write for them, for like the journalists, for them. That's the problem.
Industry is that the quality and depth of main heroines are rarely ever extended to the female side characters of other anime, especially the shonen subgenre. Female supporting characters in anime are often either love interests, friends with little impact on the story, or are given potential that is never truly fulfilled. Now, without going any further, I hope you see a pattern here of talking points that I could honestly continue for the next 30 minutes, but I'll save you that time. And I'm sure many fans could easily debunk this claim that women are overlooked in anime.
Yup!
Hell, even in this article, they admit there are great anime that gives light to female leads, but I have noticed one thing. They all share this criticism within the realm of shonen. It's like they forgot what the purpose of shonen is and what it's meant to do, which is to cater to a male demographic.
Exactly.
Dumbass.
I wouldn't even label this lack of acknowledgement as something stupid, but really more nefarious or...
Yeah, and this is why I said that they're writing this. Their writing is very disingenuous, because again, there are so many genres in anime and manga. Like literally, they have genres for that's catered towards males, females, lesbians, gay people, adults, like people who are like sports. Like there's so many genres in anime. Anime and manga has been diverse for a long time. Like there's no you have no excuse.
Diabolical in some way. Like they're trying to subvert what shonen was intended for by playing stupid. Like, I wonder why shonen prioritizes male leads and focuses more on the male protagonist and his character development. Or another thing they despise is the damsel in distress narrative. Like, why does the woman have to be saved, making the man the savior, reducing a woman's role to a love interest, when there's something that men aspire to be, the hero and savior to the woman we love. It inspires us to be more.
And mind you, that damsel in distress thing, it wasn't even just an anime thing. Like That was it was one of the main themes in majority of these Disney movies back in the day. And it's one of the main reasons why everyone loved Disney. And now look at Disney. Apparently they don't want to go down that route anymore. So and look where they are now.
Which is why it's something we automatically connect with when watching it on screen, and we can't help but cheer on the male character when viewing. As stated earlier, they view this as a flaw and not a feature of shonen. That's like me saying gay romance stories within Yuri or Yaoi are flawed for not putting more focus on straight heterosexual romance. But that's not something I would say because that sounds stupid. That's not the intention for the demographic that mainly consumes it. And even within shonen,
He's absolutely right. Like imagine going into BL. BL is boys love. Obviously, that's it's boy on boy love for anime. Imagine you going in there and you're like, oh, I wish there was more straight couples in this. I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. You know, like that's the genre that's the genre it's supposed to be catered towards. It's the same. It's the same argument with this.
still get plenty of light to the supporting cast that happens to be female. Something that this article did praise Rio and Gachi Akudo for when she said, fuck the fair one, let's speed this up. And as Alex said, shout out to him and regular in my live streams, she went G-Unit on that ass.
Yeah, when she took out the gun, I was I was not expecting that. I really like her character. I think she's a really good character.
But when they make it seem like there aren't other shonen that have women that can hold their own like this, one notably is Maki from JJK, just to name one easily from current day. It's like they recognize it as the story is glitching or something if the male protagonist is given more time than the female supporting cast, like implied here. Attack on Titan. Mikasa's attachment to Eren took away a big chunk of her character growth. Mikasa was a powerhouse in Attack on Titan until her obsession with Eren took over her entire arc. If good female characters are a myth for anime fans, Mikasa Ackerman is a mythbuster, or she could have been if it weren't for her butchered characterization. Damn that Eren for being the main character. It's not difficult to guess what weighed her down. Her dedication to Eren is an integral aspect of her story in Attack on Titan, which then takes over her entire character arc.
Now, you see, when we talk about, let's say, fandoms, when they talk about, series, characters, we always talk about these characters about, like, certain flaws and traits that we wish that, can be changed, to make, let's say, oh, we want this character to, like, if this character did that, or if they acted like this way, it would be a better character. We'll always have those conversations. Like I'm back in high school. Back in high school, that was when Naruto was still running during the war arc in Shippuden. We always had this conversation in class, me and my friends. But the conversations they have now, especially like when it comes to these characters, has nothing to do with like the betterment of the series or in terms of like if this went in that direction, things could have been different. Like it's more so as though they're just trying to completely deconstruct the character and just like make them do like a 180 or something. And they do it in a sense where they don't want, especially in a female character, they don't want the female character to be to be like saved or dependent on like the male character or another male character. And it's just like, again, like we're trying to they're trying so hard to make it a problem to be masculine and manly, and I don't understand. People who talk like this are either females or soft guys. I'm just gonna be honest.
So? All we needed was to see more of her and her conviction. Her weaknesses were understandable, but they should have been explored independently of Eren. Her entire arc shouldn't have been as reliant on him, and that would have helped a lot. It's like these people forgot the main point of a main character in a supporting cast. The story and plot is about the main lead and how the characters revolve around him. The whole point of Mikasa's obsession and love for Eren is the point that I won't spoil for the ending, but despite how strong and dominant of a character she is, it's like it's never enough for these journalists. Like I said, it's like they forgot the purpose of what shonen is for. Of course, Eren is going to ultimately dominate the story, but it's like any semblance of a male lead they see as an inherent flaw within it. These journalists even criticize anime and manga for targeting distinct demographics, as there's something wrong with that. Anime marketing strategies with a heavy-handed insistence on trying to target one gender over another are misinterpreting how anime fans relate to their favorite media. For example, even as popular as Solo Leveling is, fans criticize the anime's hyper-masculinity.
When?
And
I know how hype Soul Leveling is, and I still think I know it's not. I'm not really like a diehard fan, but what fans are complaining about its masculinity? Like, what the fuck are these people talking about? Like, again, these people are writing to themselves or their like fellow peers. These people have no idea who they're writing to. This is just their own personal complaints. They get into these positions just so they can complain about stuff that's popular.
journalists really hate Solo Leveling, mainly because of how popular it is and how it embodies what I said earlier, a guy aspiring to be more than what he currently is, becoming the hero, stoicism being displayed in every aspect, and masculinity, which they view as like voodoo or something, where they'll try to tear it down any chance they get. They even compared it to Freerun in this article, trying to degrade it in any way they can. Solo Leveling doesn't stand a chance after Freerun Season 2 finally starts. And in this whole article, they spend the whole time shitting on Solo Leveling in comparison to Freerun. Rather than being centered around a grand adventure or a single overpowered isekai hero, Freerun is a slow, quiet, introspective series that places its focus on character drama and philosophy. Freerun Season 2 will offer all the same greatness as Season 1, but with a new twist that's bound to completely humiliate Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling Season 3, if it ever comes out, will, by contrast, expose its entire series for the fraud it's always been.
What?
I mean, this journalist...
I like Freerun. I love Freerun. I personally would put it over Solo Leveling. But, again, this whoever wrote this article, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Again, the fact that they said that Solo Leveling's problem is this hyper masculinity is fucking retarded. Like, the main character is a fucking guy. Of course, he's gonna be masculine and strong. Like, the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Hatred for Solo Leveling just bleeds out in this entire article. It's like they can only build Freerun up by tearing down Solo Leveling. Now, I believe Freerun is a superior story, but I would never compare it to Solo Leveling because the story that Solo Leveling is...
Yeah, exactly. Like, to compare Freerun with Solo Leveling, like, unless you want to compare animation and quality, okay, but in terms of story, it's nowhere even close. Like, it's a very, very weird comparison. Arguably, I would honestly... Like, even with JJK, it's kind of hard to compare Solo Leveling with JJK, but, like, it's not the same thing.
It's not intended to be like Freerun. It's like the Michael Bay of anime, just straight up action. That's its selling point, and it's pretty clear on that. What I watch Solo Leveling for is not what I watch Freerun for. Solo Leveling is when I just want to watch a stoic main character dominate and get shit done. While Freerun, I look forward to a slow-paced story and a journey that takes its time. It's like comparing heavy metal music to lo-fi music. Why would I even do that? It's dishonest to even attempt that. But it highlights this journalist's disdain for Solo Leveling, especially when they discuss Chahan and how she's set up to be a love interest because, God forbid, again, a woman even be hinted at liking the main character. And this basically wraps up the point of it.
This is why I love the only Hollywood property that I still watch, that I look forward to watching every year when they make a new season is the Jack Reacher show on Amazon. This is why I love shows like that, because the show has a big, giant, fucking masculine man doing some fucking cowboy shit. Like, that's just fucking shit that we like to see. A show like that is really what Hollywood used to be back in the day. And for some stupid reason, they refuse to go back there, to go back to doing that. And that's why I love Reacher. Like, he fucking kicks ass, do some cowboy shit, and he gets the girl every season. Apparently, Hollywood now they don't want that. That's why they'll put Pedro Pascal in everything because he fits what they're looking for.
This video. Can men at least have their interests of anime be delivered? Can a story like Solo Leveling exist where its main focus is action, an overpowered hero who gets shit done and is just cool as shit and makes no excuses about it, along with any other similar shonen type stories, where if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it? Can the medium of anime and manga, or in Solo Leveling's case manhwa, cater to different tastes? Solo Leveling can exist in a realm or world that has a Frieren or Apothecary Diaries. Can shonen maintain serving a demographic as the way shoujo or josei or all the realms of the medium does? Men are going through a crisis because they're being conditioned to believe what they are and what they like must be eradicated, done away with.
Exactly. Like they will dehumanize you for thinking that way. Like if they think, oh, if like you're like, oh, I want something that's like manly, masculine, like a hero's journey, they will fucking dehumanize you, telling you that you're wrong. You're not supposed to like that. And again, like, it's them just trying to control you to make you like what they're trying to push. But yeah, great video from Monte Sensei. Give it a like. Subscribe to him if you haven't. He's really good when it comes to making content like this. But yeah, like this is the shit I'm talking about. I want to take a look at this next video from Chibi before we look into these anime trailers.
Thousands upon thousands of people are crashing out to this anime announcement trailer that came out a few days ago, and one brief scroll down into the comments just reveals the mental illness on display. And I have a lot.
This is why people cannot distinguish reality to fiction. They try so hard to put reality into fiction. It's extremely disturbing. And it makes you wonder if they need to be put in a insane asylum. Because why are you trying so hard to dehumanize people for liking something that's fucking fiction? It's animated and it's fiction. It's not even live action. It's fucking animated fiction.
A lot of screenshots of individuals really just showcasing how they can't separate fiction from reality. This is why I lie when people ask me if I watch anime. You scroll down this one, people are like, oh, another incel fantasy disguised as anime. You have a lot of people.
I don't get that fucking incel. Like, what the fuck is that word? Like, I don't get these people. Like, bro, again, these are not anime fans. Bro, anime fans do not talk like that. These are not anime fans. These are 2020 fans. These are people that got into anime during COVID. These are not real, genuine anime or manga fans. They're not. These are people that want to push their own realities and their own political ideologies into the content we love. They did this with Hollywood, and they're trying so hard to do this with anime and manga. And I'll say it again. I'm really, really happy that the Japanese passed that law to protect their creative freedoms. That way the West does not interfere with their properties. I'm really happy they did that.
People just making these awful like comments for this anime announcement. And you're probably wondering to yourself, okay, why are people saying this? Obviously it's because they're mentally ill, let's just be honest. But why are they saying this? What is the reason for why all these mentally ill Karens are crashing out over this anime trailer? Well, it's actually very easy. So first off, the reason why people are crashing out is because it's the easiest one. There's fan service. The female character has a chest. You see, obviously, some physics that are going on. And in this time and age, in 2025, beyond the 2020s, thanks to the COVID-era tourists that have entered into the anime and manga community, any form of fan service is deemed icky, taboo, and should be eradicated entirely. And
exactly, like, even some of your favorite shonen of all time has fan service. Like, Dragon Ball has fan service. Bleach has fan service. One Piece has fan service. Naruto has fan service. Like, again, fan service has been a thing since anime has been a thing. At the end of the day, it's Japanese culture. Their culture does not have to bend the knee to your likes and interests. At the end of the day, like, if you don't like it, that's fine. Go watch something else. It's that easy. Go watch something else. No one is forcing you to sit down and watch this. Just go watch something else. It's that easy.
Never ever shown in any form of anime, any form of manga. I've talked about this topic time and time again. We have all seen it. We have all seen the purists trying to come in and say you cannot have anything like this. It's like appealing to the male gaze, all sorts of stuff like that, when a lot of these series are actually written from a female author, which is even more wild that they're going after these stories when it's literally written by a female author, and it has fan service-like content in it. But anyways, the point is that the story in general, and the reason why they're very upset, besides just the fan service, is because...
And I actually want to talk about that. A lot of this is something I didn't know either. A lot of these fan service ecchi type series are written by female authors because they like doing this shit. Like, you'd be surprised how many female authors wrote this stuff. Like, this is something I found the other day. Like, hold on. What was the name of it? I think it was, hold on. I think it was Sekirei. Sekirei, bring up some images real quick. This was written by a female author. I had no idea. I had no idea a female author wrote this series. I watched the series a bunch of times. So again, they talk about this male fantasy shit. Well, bro, like, this is a fantasy that the female author has. So again, and they always want to say, oh, this is clearly written by a guy. Like, again, a lot of these series are written by females. But of course, they won't do the research.
Because the female character is in love with a short guy. It's a romance set in high school. And so they're legitimately upset about this anime doing anime-like things. Like, guys, look, I'm not acting like I'm the most knowledgeable source of anime information or anything, but anyone that has dabbled into anime for at least a prolonged period of time knows that majority of anime stories are set in high school. Hell, even Bleach is set in high school. You have Ichigo, Kurosaki Ichigo. He's in high school and all that. You have many forms of high school shown within the literature of manga and anime. It's a very common theme, not just within romance, but just in Japan for many different stories. It's just obvious. And it's just crazy to me that anime doing anime things is causing such a response from, honestly, millions of people, actually. Like, just this one clip alone has 1.3 million views on it, with thousands upon thousands of people crashing out. This one has 4.2 million views, as you can see, and there's the same amount of people crashing out as well. Like, if you were to go into, like, the quote retweets, you'll see stuff like this. People just saying, what a cute character design. Okay, never mind. And it's because the character has a chest. And I'm like, oh, so you're telling me a character can't even have a chest and all that? Oh, and that automatically makes her design bad? This is literally what...
Wow, so I didn't know females don't have breasts. Wow.
I've been talking about for a very long time now, that you have these individuals that don't just want to come into anime and try to adapt. They want to mold it, change it into their ideal expression. They don't want to...
Exactly. They want... This is the problem with video games. They don't want females to look beautiful. They want them to look hideous and horrendous. Because I guarantee you right now, they want these females to look like this. But I guarantee you, if you tell the average female, hey, you know, you look like this character, they will fucking look at you sour. If you tell a girl that looks like this ugly character, they will be upset at you.
To adapt to the culture. They want to bend and change the culture itself. It's, as I've said many times, it kind of feels racist, and these individuals do not respect the culture that they're trying to get into. They do not respect anime or manga, and honestly, they're more or less in the anime and manga community because anime and manga is now popular, and it is not what it used to be, to where you were thrown into a locker or bullied for even talking about something like Dragon Ball. And before you say there's no way that was ever a thing, yes, it was. In the early 2000s and late 2000s.
Yeah, in 6th grade, I used to talk about this a lot with a couple of people. I remember people would tell me, like, why am I talking about this stuff? This is what, 2009? Still considered early 2000s, before the 2010s. Yeah, like when I used to talk about this stuff, you know, all people will look at me like, obviously not the push shove me in the locker thing, but you know, they would just look at me as like I'm weird or something.
2000s, even maybe in the early 2010s, if you were to talk about Dragon Ball, you were labeled a nerd, an outcast, and potentially bullied. And so it's actually crazy to me seeing these individuals that, are coming into the anime and manga community and hating the very thing that makes anime and manga. And I'm just like, dude, how to really expose yourself and really give more credibility to not what I have just been talking about, but what so many others have been talking about for a while. There is a reason why there is this active pushback and voice that is currently emerging to the surface of people just tired of these new fans to anime and manga. And I'm not saying all new anime and manga fans are bad like this, but a vast majority of them join in because it's now popular to watch anime and manga, and anything that is deemed like outside the normal or accepted, like Demon Slayer or something, it's icky and should be censored to high hell, so to speak. And it's just legitimately insane to see. I've just been seeing so many people crashing out about this trailer, which is just literally, I'm not even joking, it is a run-of-the-mill anime trailer. Like, I'm going to be honest, the character designs are cute, the anime looks cute, I'm definitely going to watch it. Definitely something I'm going to watch. Like, this screenshot alone would make me watch it. Like, this is waifu material right here. And also, ironically enough, I would not really have known about this series if it wasn't for the amount of screeching that these Karens have been doing for days now. Like, I would have looked at this series...
Yeah, and most of the people complaining about this stuff are females. No guy is complaining about this. If there's a guy complaining about this, it's a fucking soft soul boy guy. No masculine straight male is complaining about this.
I would have been like, oh, it's cute, it's beautiful, I would watch it, but I wouldn't have thought anything else about it. But the fact that there's been just so much vocal screeching, asking for this series not to exist, to completely be eradicated, you have full-blown mental illness like this, and then you have people not being able to, like, separate fiction from reality and all that, people being full-blown hypocrites, all sorts of stuff going on, and I'm just like, dude... You guys are insufferable, and I think because of the backlash this anime is getting, now that we draw, it's going to cause more people to gravitate towards the series, and in fact, watch the series, people that never would have watched the series.
Yeah, and a lot of people are gonna watch this. I forgot what series I forgot what anime that made people do this too. Because I know for gaming, the last one was Stellar Blade, but I forgot, there was an anime, I'm just trying to remember what it was, where I want to say it was Uzaki-chan. But I feel like there was something more recent than that. But for gaming, I know definitely it was Stellar Blade. I'm just trying to remember. It'll probably come to me.
Would now watch the series in support of it, because the exact opposite happens. Like, I want to give a good example here. Hogwarts Legacy. You remember the boycotts?
Oh, yeah, and I forgot about Hogwarts Legacy. Yep. I forgot about that. Like, I think as of right now, the game has sold over, like, 34 million copies. It was the highest selling game of 2023. Not even a mention during the Game Awards.
Backlash for even daring to stream or talk about Hogwarts Legacy if you were to buy it? Well, I want to tell you. All that backlash, all that boycotting caused a lot of people to buy Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to tell you something. Fun fact here. I bought the game because of the boycotts. Out of spite. I straight up. And I want to tell you, that's the exact same thing that's happening here. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to support the series, watch the series, and know about the series thanks to these people wanting this series to be completely censored and eradicated. And I'm like, you played yourself. That's exactly what you did. You played yourself, and your screeching has caused this series to reach new heights to where it can become very popular and to make you guys even look more foolish. Dude, seeing stuff like this continuously happen for the most baseline, typical plots of an anime is crazy, and it just gives more fuel to what I've been talking about for a while. But with that being said, the series looks cute. I'm definitely going to be watching it. I like this character design. And, there's nothing wrong with a female character having a pill and all that. And dude, we live in an age now to where if a female character even has any form of chest or anything on, it's a bad character design. I'm like, oh, so you want her to be completely, like, flat? You want her not to have anything? You want her to look like a dude, pretty much? That's what I'm assuming. I'm just like, no, this isn't the gaming industry. And that's what these individuals want to do, by the way. That's what they want to do to anime. They want to turn anime pretty much what happened to the gaming industry and censor female characters to the point to where they just look outright ugly. That's what they want. And we already know that there is definitely a push for censorship within Japan. We have seen a lot of works be censored, and this is another case of that. Listening to these voices are doing everlasting damage to not just anime, but manga as well. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, again, this is a simple romance series, and these people they're trying to like get this series canceled. They don't want this to release. And I'm happy he brought up the Hogwarts Legacy thing too, because that was another thing. Like, bro, these people will get upset and call you all these things, trying to dehumanize you if you buy and played the game. And yet the game sold over 30 million units. It was the highest selling game of 2023, and I think it was still in the rankings in 2024 and in 2025. Oh man, this shit is funny. This shit is really funny. But yeah, I just wanted to play those two videos to show you what's happening in the anime community. Like I said, Japan passed that law, so these people on Twitter can complain all they want. At the end of the day, we're still getting good content for the real fans. Fuck all these people fuck all these 2020 fans who are not even genuine anime and manga fans. They're really just doing it because it's the popular thing out right now. So yeah, but anyways, let's take a look at some anime trailers. The first one I want to look at is Hell's Paradise. I really hope I don't get copyright strike for any of these trailers that I show. But yeah, let's take a look at Hell's Paradise. This thing's coming out in January. Can't wait to watch this. Let's take a look. I'm gonna mute it just in case. I don't want to get like copyright striked. But yeah, let's trying to remember how season 1 ended. I remember a couple of them died. But oh, looks like everyone got different clothes on. I remember Gabimon was starting to lose some of his memories a bit. So, animation looks the same, pretty much the same. Looks like there's gonna be some new characters along with the old ones. I remember her character. I can't remember that. That was the guy that, but the brothers had like a different character. I guess her again. Oh, so this is releasing on Prime Video, Netflix, and Crunchyroll. So I'm guessing Prime Video, Netflix, outside the world, and US is gonna be Crunchyroll, unfortunately. But yeah, Hell's Paradise. They said the release date's gonna be January 12th. I saw a post on Instagram confirming that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good. Can't wait to watch this series. I really enjoyed season one when it came out. I really liked the intro for season 1 too. I thought it had a really good intro. Let's take a look at one of my most anticipated series for next year, which is Frieren season 2. Frieren season 1 was just such a vibe, man. Like, this series was so fucking beautifully made, man. I was surprised that it gave us that many episodes for season 1, man. It really gave enough room for the series to breathe. I really hope we get the same thing for this next season. After this season, though, I don't know if we'll get another season because the manga is currently on a hiatus right now, and we don't know when it's going to return. I don't know if they announced its return or not, but it is currently on hiatus the last time I checked. From what I remember from season 1, I think season 1 ended with Fern getting her wizard's license, like her license to be a wizard, I believe. Um, so she's like a full-fledged sorcerer now, recognized by I think recognized by other civilizations. Um, so it looks like we're to get more flashbacks of Freeman when Freeman was in the Heroes Party. And what is the release date? Release date's gonna be January 16. January 16. So yeah, January is 2026 is off to a good start for anime. Can't wait. Um, Animation looks good as usual. Season one had really good animation, especially when they're doing the test to get their license. Almost literally 90% of the characters introduced that we saw in season one were written very well. Even though they were there for like a short amount of time, I feel like we got like a lot of context from those characters, and majority of them, I feel like the audience wanted to know more about them. Like I forgot the name of that girl. I think her name was Abel, the one that liked to cut things with her sister. Like just like a simple backstory about her, but there was just something about her character that I don't know. I feel like I just wanted to know more about her character. But yeah, a really great series, man. Can't wait for this. Next is another one I'm looking forward to, and that's Clash of the Elite. I cannot fucking wait for this, man. I think this is the beginning of year two. It looks like the animation has changed a bit too. They are introducing new characters. Because I think next year they're gonna be second year, so that means there's gonna be a new first year class coming in. And from what I remember from the light novel, some of the people coming in are from the White Room, similar to Ayana Koji. So this is going to be very interesting. It looks like these are some of the new characters that they're showing. I'm trying to remember how it's going to start. Alright, I think I know how the season is going to start. Yeah, but this is going to be spring, April 2026. So yeah, this is going to be the spring season. So still a couple of ways off from this, but I can't wait. They're probably going to release like a final trailer the closer we get to it. But yeah, I can't wait for Clash of the Elite season 4, man. Now next April, is going to be a battle of isekais, man. Because arguably the two most popular isekais are coming out in the same season. And I'm talking about Mushoku Tensei and ReZero. So let's take a look at Mushoku Tensei season 3, and then we'll look at ReZero season 4. Between the two, I think I said this before, between ReZero and Mushoku Tensei, I arguably enjoy Mushoku Tensei a bit more than ReZero. I'm just gonna be honest, because I like Rudius's character better than Subaru's. That's just me personally. Mainly because of his growth as a character. Season 3 is gonna be fucking tough, man. Especially for his rematch with Orsted. But I cannot wait for this season, man. I watched season 2 twice. I watched it when it was broadcasting every Sunday in the Japanese, and then I rewatched it the entirely again in the dub. Dub is okay. I personally don't like the dub voice for Rudius, especially since he's an adult now. I think it's kind of weird that he has that voice for the dub. Kind of wish they gave him like a more manly voice. But overall, Studio Bind they did their thing with this series, man. Studio Bind has cemented themselves in the industry as this series, man. Plus they did that 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 mineralogy show about mining rocks and stuff. So they did a good. They cemented themselves in the anime industry, man. But yeah, man, I cannot wait for season three, man. Cannot wait for the season. Yeah, so a lot of people confirmed to say that this is coming out in April. Probably gonna be the same as last time. It's gonna be two cores of 11 to 12 episodes each. So yeah, I can't wait. So it's gonna be a battle between Mushoku Tensei and ReZero as the best isekai for next season, man. ReZero season four. I heard a lot of people talk about this season. This season would be pretty crazy from what I heard from people. I'm not familiar with the light novels in ReZero. I'm mostly just watching the anime. I am familiar with Mushoku Tensei in terms of the manga and some of the light novels. Like I do know um, what happens in Mushoku Tensei moving forward. ReZero not so much, so it's gonna be fresh eyes for me. Um, out of the three seasons of ReZero so far, I think my favorite season would probably have to be season one. Yeah, season one. Um, Even though I didn't like Subaru's character in that season, I loved season two. I like season three. I probably have to say season one is me personally, my personal favorite season. It's like there's gonna be a new character. Look like they're like in some desert. Okay, so it looks like they're gonna try to bring Rem back. Okay, so there's gonna be a couple of new characters they're gonna introduce in this season. So yeah, this is confirmed to come out in April. So yeah, this and Mushoku Tensei is gonna be the talked about isekais for April 2026. They didn't show the date for Mushoku Tensei, but it has been confirmed by leaks that's coming out in April. So yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting time next year. Um, Between these two, like I said, I look forward from Mushoku Tensei mainly because I really am interested in this next arc. ReZero, also I'll enjoy that too, but like I said, I'm more interested in Mushoku Tensei. I personally can't wait for that. I think it's gonna be really good. I think the Studio Mind's gonna do their thing with that. White Fox, obviously, they do a good job with ReZero too, but yeah, I'm just reading the comics. I'm just reading the comments now. Like a lot of people are saying that season four is gonna be the most traumatizing season ever. But I still look forward to Shoku Tensei. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these the anime that I'm interested in. Let me know what you guys look forward to next year. I personally cannot wait for next year. Um, Nothing. Yeah, and like I said, the Bleach Jump Festa stuff. I can't wait for more news about that. Hopefully, you get a trailer for that too. Um, but now I want to continue doing some drawing on this. Also, we could chat too. Just talk about like if anyone has any series they're watching, anything they're watching currently right now. We'll talk about it. I think the only what am I watching this season? I'm watching that Isekai series that people been talking about, the one with the elf and the assassin. I'm watching that, and I'm watching this series called Sanda. It's from Science Sorrow. Some Santa Claus type of series. I just started watching that. I thought it's pretty interesting. But yeah, those are the two series that I'm mainly watching right now for this season. Everything else I'm watching is just old. It's just like old stuff that I'm just rewatching for nostalgia's sake. Hold on, let me move this forward a bit. Move this forward a bit. Just move back to top it forward. Oops. But yeah, it's gonna continue working on this. Still drawing characters from Danmachi. Um, right now I'm drawing Haruhime. I drew most of the characters so far. Hold on, let me move this down. Oh no, I'm gonna put that up. But I drew most of the characters so far. I drew Belle. Here's Belle right here. Um, there's Hestia. I just drew like I just put down the colors and stuff. I didn't like going with like the details yet. I'm gonna go in with the details after I draw every single character. Um, like Lily's not even done yet. There's Lily. Um, here's Wealth and Aisha. I added Aisha. I'm gonna add like other characters too that they interact with. It's not gonna be every single It's gonna be everyone from the Hestia Familia and people from other familiars from the series. But yeah, here's Aisha, and I'm redrawing Haruhime because I didn't like how I drew her the first time. I wanted to give her a redesign. Let me just fix some stuff over here. Her hair right here is coming like it's coming off like her shoulder, like right here. Just drawing it like on the side right here. Bottom lines over here, cause hair strands right here. Just trying to clean it up right now before I trace it with the black ink. So the hair right here is good, like behind her hand right here. I always like to flip the image front to back just to make sure that it looks good at every angle. Um, hair strands right here. And I'm just adding like extra details right there. Probably gonna have to. I probably won't keep that hand strand there. Okay, for the face, I don't know if I want to keep the nose that pointy. I'm gonna be playing around with the face for a bit. kind of draw the eyes in like this angle. it took me so long to draw that 3/4 view. Maybe because of like the eye and on the right over there is in a tight quarter. But I think I'm gonna end it there. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a longer stream of me just inking this entire thing, adding in some color, shadows and stuff of Harahime here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Join me on Discord. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. I really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is the Wave Blur, and I am signing out.